It's time we get our GIMP on.
This is not just a mission.
You are going on a quest, a journey into the depths of Valhalla with no easy way out.
Interesting.
That was just in case you, the audience, wanted to know.
We're more likely now to go on a quest, kill the bad guy, get the girl,
You called me?
save the world, huzzah, everyone wins today, la-di-da-da.
Better to just let me handle the fighting. I wouldn't want any of you common soldiers getting hurt.
It could be the opportunity to become the hero you always wanted to be. It won't, but it could.
It will be the end of Yendar's famous airborne leap.
Kill pick! No!
When the going gets tough, the Dan gets going. I am nothing if not man incarnate. Because you can't spell Dan without man.
We are still stuck out here in the middle of nowhere.
My plan is complete. This power is all mine.
Oh man. Ooh, Run away, coward! Where are you so I can kill you myself?
You lose. Valhalla is mine.
My shadow.
So, Kelda, this is how your quest ends. Everyone that you've been protecting, captured or dead.
I can offer you something you want.
And what would that be?
Power.
To the death, then. Now this is a fight.
You are the only one who can save Valhalla.
We have an agreement then.
Yes, Korok. We agree.
And I have a plan.
We're all gonna die.
What's wrong with this guy?
Welcome to ToV Live. It is Valhalla time. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Yes, with the air conditioning blasting on in my house tonight. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello there. Warpig meant first there in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Let me get this thing off here. Where's the button? Button. Got to find the button. Where is it? There it is. Alright. Great. Hello, y'all. Happy Wednesday. I'm Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla. And tonight, of course, you see miniatures here. We have a GenCon to prepare for in many ways than one. Not just doing the skirmishes that we've been doing. I'll probably still do one this Sunday, continuing with the Queen Maladrix builds that I've been doing. Although there have been others that just, like, unfortunately, just have ran out of time to try out, and that happens. So, Warpig says, doing good. Same here. ACM blast. Yeah. It's been a crazy summer, and crazy I mean it's hot, which typically happens in summer, just not usually this hot and consistently hot. There hasn't been really a cool down in like 5-6 weeks, I think. It's nuts, but then again, I guess I'll take that over flooding, which unfortunately many of us in the United States have undergone, and even others in other countries. So it's been a fairly disastrous year, which is not a great thing, but at least still kicking here. And like I said, we do have some things to paint, like these Isoneks. I think I've come to the point to where even though they fit with the points for the championship, I'm probably not going to use them. Warpig says, you're telling me I'm an HVAC tech. Ah, interesting. You know, there was a time about 5-6 years ago where I worked for an HVAC company, and you wouldn't think so looking at me. And they were actually going to use me as like a clean and check person, not someone that actually did installs, even though I did assist in installs. They were just going to have me as someone to just, you know, for people calling in to do, you know, seasonal clean and checks, and just to evaluate the heat register and the system and all that. And I'm sure I'm misnaming things because it's been a little while since I did it. I only did it for like 6 months. But unfortunately, like, I shadowed the same guy for so long, and then the owner basically said, yeah, we figured out we don't need you anymore, and or we really don't need you. I'm like, okay, well, you invited me, you know. I actually didn't even search for the job. I had someone call me and be like, hey, I think you'd be good for this because you're small, you know, you'd be able to get into small spaces and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I mean, HVAC is pretty nice if you can get into it. You're a heat installer, says War Pigment. What's a heat install? Okay, I gotta look it up. Hold on a second. Okay. When in doubt, Google. Because I don't think I've ever heard. I know what installer is, but I don't know what a heat. Home energy efficient design. Okay, that's okay, so that's just making like energy differences, like say like solar panels or something like that. Oh, I'm a head installer. Oh, so you're basically the guy in charge. Well, I know I worked with a few guys that are like that. They're tough as nails type guys, you know. You know, I found that I just can't. I run the job. Yep, head install. Yep, I get it. I just can't spell. And these guys, you know, they're some of the most down-to-earth guys, or I'd say like most direct guys. Any type of construction, really, you're working with very direct guys. Yeah, you got it, Warpig. They're willing to work with you and show you what you got, but you better keep up. Because if you can't keep up, then you might as well just forget it. And the thing is, I mean, Warpig, you know, bless you. I mean, and this is not excuses, but it kind of is. I've dealt with Crohn's disease since 11 years old, and so about 30 some years. And so I'm always been underweight, always not so very strong. So I've tried a few construction type things in the course of my life, and this has always come out as disasters. It's just I can't lift worth a darn. But you know, still in 6 months you learn some things. I learned things about like heat exchanges, like cracks in heat exchanges are not a good thing, and I learned about how like putting like a camera snake in to identify where the cracks in heat exchanges are. I know, I don't know, well, I wouldn't say I know how to install a unit, but I've seen it done, I've helped it done, so yeah, there's that. Anyway, interesting, you just never know, huh? Anyway, okay, let me get to this. Well, I'm sure your days, well, for you, like the install and stuff is like probably very seasonal, depending on what you need. I mean, you do installs, not exactly repairs or fixes, probably. So I guess it just depends, but I'm sure y'all have your seasons. Okay. So what I'm going to do first, like, we are going to try and work on a few things tonight here for this paint, for the painting. One is I'm going to fix these fire elementals that I 3D printed. I already had red paint on them, but I was painting a few nights ago, and I was trying to squeeze paint out of a bottle, and the top part kind of like came off, and just gray paint exploded everywhere. And you're in the off season, I think currently, I think you're saying, okay. That kind of makes sense, because it's when they either starting to run the heat like the beginning of the summer, or starting to run the AC in the beginning of summer, or starting to run the heat in the beginning of winter when things start cooling. Those tend to be your typical like install seasons, because that's when customers know things aren't working. But yeah, okay, so here, I'm gonna bring this out here. I know it's like not your Heroscape or type, we're gonna see a zoomed in version of this, but mostly just chatting while I'm kind of sort of painting. But anyway, So I exploded gray paint all over the place, and so now I gotta repaint some of these minis that have gray paint on them. So that's what I'm doing here right now. Before we move on to other things, like I'm gonna do a little bit of repaint of the Maledrix and the Festering Honor Guard a little bit. And Skoback, from Twitch, I don't know what that is supposed to be, but as long as you're not, well, I think you are, welcome on there on the Twitch side. Have I ever tried a wet palette? You're gonna have to refresh my memory, sir. I am. It's been a little while. It's been a while, and this I don't know where exactly you're around, but I mean currently I'm in Kentucky, but at the time I was working at this company. I was living in Michigan, like near Detroit. So, oops. Skoback, I don't think I can be who you think I am. I'm pretty sure we've never met. No, I don't think so either. I was just making sure that because I tend to get a lot of like spam comments on my Twitch, so and I'm not exactly reading the Twitch chat, but the Twitch chat filters into the chat I'm reading now. So I think you made like a face thing, but I'm not exactly sure which one it is. So I apologize, but no, I don't think I've seen your name before, but nice to chat with you at least for a second. So, but yeah, right now I'm just painting, and you don't see it very well because the way this camera's pointed. It's a wave emoji thing. Oh, okay. Wave to you. Okay, that's cool. That's a lot better than, you know. Would you like to buy like five candles for $500? You could make $1 million. You know, something like that. Anywho, it's just a conversational type of night. Like, probably only going to be here, like, painting for about an hour or so. Once the painting goes on longer and the conversation goes on longer, but probably around an hour. And just got to do some things preparing for GenCon. I did want to fix these fire elementals a little bit before I do that. More Pigment says I'm going to migrate to Twitch. Either YouTube or Twitch is no problem at all. I started my streaming on Twitch actually primarily, but then I moved to YouTube as soon as I found out I could. Yeah, we're much better. Okay, yeah, whatever floats your boat. Oh boy, here we go. Here comes the things that probably won't be able to understand it. But anyway, okay, so the fire elementals have been kind of saved, sort of. And now I'm gonna start working on the bugs. Now I want to give these bugs, like, they just have the premium paint build from Renegade, but since there's probably going to be a lot of Maledrixes and Festering Honor Guards at the GenCon Championship, I just want to make mine just a little bit different. So what I'm doing here, okay, so I got a little bit of glitter, a little bit of green, and so I'm going to add a little bit of glittery green to like just the front appendages on these little guys, and then do something a little bit more further for the queen. So hold on. So first I'm going to add this. Let's see here. Okay, looks like it's coming out good. much. I mean, I'm just going to start with this much. Go from there. And so, yeah, what I was doing a few days ago was starting to put paint on this guy, which is a, yeah, that's a lot better. Is the Deltacron, I think. That's a VC unit, or Val Customs unit. And so putting the gray on it, I'll try to put some blue on it tonight if I get the chance. But yeah, I was mixing some grays and just gray exploded, actually. Which gray was it? Or did I just throw it out? Anyway. Alright, so let me get this. Okay, I need to add the glitter. I need to add the glitter. So this glitter, very interesting. I'm going to use this because it pours a little bit differently, but not quite a good amount for this. I just thought, you know, them being glittery might be an identifying thing. Warpig asked me, do I post my work on the Renegade Discord? Renegade's Discord? Not usually, because I'm not that great of a painter, to be perfectly honest, Warpigment. This is more just for me, like, if I want a good paint job done, usually I'm asking like Dice Bear or a Roguescaper to help me out with it. So yeah, that's. But I do post my paint jobs, and I actually painted some really good dividers a few months back. I post my paint stuff on the Tales of Valhalla Discord because I have my own Discord server. So I do that. I'll do some of that. Okay, let's see. Mix this up. I don't know how well this glitter is actually going to work in this green paint because this green paint's kind of dark. So we'll see what it does. I'm not sure what this is going to do because, I mean, this is paint, so we'll see. But I don't know. It tends to be hiding the green. Maybe what I should do is just paint it green and then have, because it's making actually this green paint a lot watery now. Maybe I may need to add a touch of dish soap. I don't know how that would help. But no, this kind of like thinned out this green paint actually a lot on here. Hold on. So maybe it's better to add the glitter after painting in the green. I mean, the green itself will be like kind of identifying, but yeah, that's it will flow without getting watery. Oh, interesting. Well, you know, I wasn't going to be doing much with this green paint anyway, so just a touch, just like a little drop. I'll go get something here. Hold on. Okay, so I got, okay, you said yep. Okay, so here, I'm just gonna make sure. No, okay, I think that's good. All right, we'll try it out. Here, hold on, be right back again. one drop. One drop. Okay. Let's see. This does. But yeah, I'll just have to add the glitter on later. Okay. So for these little guys, I'm just like doing just the outer appendages here. I mean, it's still kind of watery, so maybe I need to mix it more. I can test on cardboard. I can test on cardboard. I mean, it's alright. It's okay. You know, this is why we test things. Let's see if these can dry and I can add glitter on later. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let this mix it. We'll just let it mix a little bit. But what I'm going to do is, where's that green? Where did I put it? Am I just not seeing it? I was just gonna put more green in another spot, but remember where I put it. Oh, it's right there, in front of my eyes. Okay. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that there and see if it makes a difference. There now. Makes any difference with this? Probably not. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. No matter what, it's gonna be okay. It's funny. It's funny that you mentioned HVAC, or we brought up the subject of HVAC because I was just thinking about that today. It was so funny. I don't know how well that is, but it's okay. I just need to be a little bit identifiable, and then put the stuff on. I suppose it'll have to do. Okay, we bring out the queen. There she is, my queen, my queen. And so now, what do we think? thinking probably never animate with her again. I'll just play her, but I mean, I have the one animation of her just because I got them in the set and I was excited to use them. And or excited to animate with them. But if I would use like a Maladrix and a Question Renegade in the future, I want it to be a good paint from somebody. More than likely Roguescaper. So we can say, like, with the, I can put glitter on them, just say, oh yeah, these bugs, like, kind of jumped into a wellspring, so the glitter of the wellspring is, like, still on them. That can happen. I kind of like that green on her, actually. Make it a little bit darker. Not too much, but it stands out. I know I've used way too much green paint, so I gotta think about where else I can put this on. I'm thinking... think about it. Still using it, so I'll just do what I need to do here. Just different shades of green on there. Makes it look here. Doesn't have to be anything too extravagant, but what's that? Tipsy, please. Amazing. Amazing how much little specks of green are there on there. Okay. See how quick that dry is. Probably since I have the fan, I have a fan on above me. I don't think it's going to take too long for it to dry at all. And then we can start putting some glitter on these guys. In the meantime, I gotta find something to do with this green. Got a zombie here. Just gonna put some green on it. Why not? 3D printed zombie, mind you. Not resin. This is a PLA print, so it's not as accurate. But let me take some of these. See, this is where I put a lot of my excess gray paint on these rock monsters. I'm just gonna add some green to it. Kind of like an emerald type of veins in some of these guys. Kind of went overboard with my granite guardians. I'm like, oh, I could. It's one of the things I could 3D print on my 3D printer back here, and they print pretty well. So I went to town with them because I don't have any of the original granite guardians. I was like, oh, they're way too darn expensive. Kind of hard to get. Is like all the way down. Keep busy in the Beats lab. Well, that soap thing, Warpig, was a very interesting thought. I never actually had that suggested before. So I have to keep that in mind in the future if I need it again. This Granite Guardian is just going to be an Emerald Granite Guardian, really, which is fine. Okay. Let's see this other one a little bit. It's a nice little bit of green on the bugs. So this green did help. I just didn't need to use as much as I did. see you. Hey Wayne, how you doing? Looking forward to see the end results, especially your Isonex. Yeah, Isonex might still be a little bit longer because I don't think I'm planning to use them. And by the way, how you doing, Wayne? But I don't think I plan on using them at the GenCon Championship. So I think they can wait, but yeah, I'm going to work on them a bit. I do want to make sure I get my bugs, because bugs I'm probably going to use. More likely going to use. I got big words and can't spell this word pigment. It's a surfactant breaks the series tension of the paint. I'm sure it's supposed to mean something, and I said it just so I can try to remember it later. Emerald veiny. Okay, I'm gonna take another one here. Actually, just go to town with the green on this one. With the exception of, like, there's red rubies in places for here. And just use up the rest of it for this one. Okay. Yeah, but that glitter just stayed, yeah, it's... So apparently glitter is something you have to, see, it's something else I learned. The glitter you just have to apply after everything's dry. It doesn't mix well with the paints here, as we have seen. Okay, now we can move on. Alright, put this in here. And just checking phone for a second. Alright, well, now that you say Isonex, let's actually go to the Isonex, because I want to make sure, or try to attempt to make sure there's no more black on these guys. And excuse me a second, I've got the Heroscape Master Paint Guide on Heroscape.com, or the Renegade site, for these, so I can see the front and the back of what I need to see on these. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. Well, I can be finishing touches for that. But okay. So we're gonna get some red again. Get the red. Get the red. And get the gold. And you can actually see the gold glitter from this stuff. Very interesting. How that comes out, the red, but okay. So we already used the red, so I'm gonna just get some gold out here as much as I can. And red. We're just gonna touch these guys up in there. There might be not any of this red left. Let's see, what is this? Rapture. I know I have another button. Let's see if anything else will come out. A little bit. Okay, let's try and use it up. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, they're gonna explode me, but okay, there. Okay, well, that's good enough. Try to get everything out of it so I don't need to use it anymore. Okay. Guess that's it for this one. More Pigment is asking me, do I have a link to Discord? No, there's no paywall. No, there's no paywall. Warpig. What you have to do is on YouTube. You have to go back to YouTube, and I have in the description links for other type of sites, and the Tales of a How Discord is one of them. So all you got to do is go back to YouTube, and click on the link in the description below of this stream or video, and that's in any stream or video on my YouTube channel that you can access, and all sorts of social media platforms, and one of them is Discord. You can hop on there, but yeah, no. I mean, I even have a Patreon, and there is like backer-related things that are released, but I also release free things on Patreon as well. So. I'll do what I can do, only I can do. I might need the smaller brush later, but I'll just use this one for now. Let's see here, what are we? Okay, we are, oh my goodness, we're already 48 minutes into the stream. Okay, well, then, I might be here a little bit longer than I thought. Because I'm just getting started, guys. I'm just getting started. Okay, gotta mix this gold, this glittery gold, and the red. Let's see if we can finish up touching up these Isonics, at least the red part. I'd like to get in the fire of that thing too, but we'll see. And I don't have to hold this thing. I do have this type of jury-rigged putty thing here that I can put on this. Hopefully it'll stay. If it falls, well then I just fail. There's some things here, but I don't expect this to be perfect. I mean, at the end, one of the finishes I'm going to do, oh, see, stick down doesn't stay on. One of the things I'm going to do is make these like a kind of make them kind of rusty. Give them like a little top layer of rust. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure this stays attached this time. And just to make it look like, yes, they've been out in space for a long time. Okay, that is gray. Okay, remember that. But yeah, so I'm looking at the paint guide so I can see both the front and back of the minis, how they should be painted, even though I'm using different colors than what's on the standard, but at least I know what color was originally used, and then I can go from there. At least from front to back, not on the sides actually, which kind of stinks. To be honest. Sometimes they need front and back and side to side for these things. You know? It's okay. So yeah, I don't want to see any of this black primer anymore. I want there to be just color. Just color, color, color. Life. Bring it to life. Live. You must live. Okay. Okay. So So that way, just this rust color will cover everything, and that'll just give it a grungy look, but it'll also mean that I don't have to put in as much detail as others, because I don't do the detail painting well. But I think Roguescaper himself says that basically everybody can paint, and that's kind of his job, to try and give everybody the opportunity to think they can. And Roguescaper really gave me that push like about a year and a half ago. Actually, I think it was like 2 years ago. He sent me like a bunch of stuff. Some of it was painted, some of it wasn't. Warpigment says, just posted a bunch in the Discord. Awesome. Awesome, great. Yeah, Tales of How Discord is actually a fairly active Discord, because y'all as a community are just fun people to be around. Now, oh, and one thing being said now, this Sunday, of course, I'm going to try and do another skirmish. I'm going to try. I might end up doing something different, something more simple, but I'm going to try. And then after Sunday, like next Wednesday and the Sunday after this, there are going to be no streams, guys, because I'm going to be at GenCon, driving home from GenCon, getting home from GenCon, so going to have at least a week of no streams. No streams, although hopefully we'll be able to give a GenCon report sometime after. We'll see. There's like space in here that like it's really hard to get to, because it's so much cracks and crevices. So there's so much. But at least I don't have to be in a huge hurry with these isomex. Like sometimes I get inspired to paint and I can do painting relatively quickly, but usually I'm rather slow, because just life. Here, hold on a second. I'm putting this to me because I need to see up close for this thing. Apologize. Some things are just gotta do with it right next to your nose. Oh, but you can see me right there, so I guess that's good. Warpig says, request for a hot water map. You mean what they're going to be doing at GenCon? I actually did that a few weeks ago. I forget which skirmish I had it on, but I'm pretty sure I already did that one. I already built that one. It's a pretty cool map. Had a good battle or two on it. The map I have for this Sunday, though, I already set it up. It's one of Shrig's. And see here, Wraith Riders, Iron Lich, Iron Forge, and 3 Acolytes. My 425 list. 3. Okay. I suppose that's the 425. Okay. I was proposing in my head for an Isoneck build, which came to 425 points even, was Iron Lich, Wraith Riders, and Scavarth. Came to 425 even, but up against the Queen, they just didn't do that great. So I'm like, I could still maybe possibly consider using them, but not in that capacity of the championship. But so you're going with so Warpig, you're going to actually be there at GenCon. Well, cool. Hopefully I get to meet you in person. But so you're going to do Wraith Riders, Iron Lich, Iron Forge, and Acolytes. Okay. Acolytes are okay. I'm sorry. I don't understand HVAC there, sir. But no, I'm just saying. I hopefully get to see you there at GenCon then. Maybe face yeah, because yeah, I was weighing back and forth whether or not I was going to use an Isonoc army, but I'm loyal to my queen. I love my queens, so I think that's who I'm gonna end up going with. Okay, so this is. I gotta get her nose. So now I'm gonna make the fire inside this Hellforge bluish, but I'm gonna add like as like a flame, because blue is at the base of the flame usually, and then you have like white and red. So I'll probably do white and red like highlights, so to speak, on it when I get that far. Probably not tonight. It's probably gonna be later, or I might end up, if I have time, I'll bring these and I'll bring paints with me to GenCon and maybe try and do it there. We'll see. Yeah, I was hoping to get to all my Isonocs tonight with this, but I don't think I'm gonna. Some of the painting I might do off stream again, like I did with this Omicron. But even if I finish like all this stuff, there's still other things that are coming up that I'm still gonna be painting. So there's still a time or two I'm probably gonna do painting streams in the future too. Let's see here. The Forge can e-acolyte over and heal. Right. The Forge does not care if it is yours. Exactly. It really does not care. You're absolutely right on that. Now, I tried. Who did I try acolytes with? Was it? I forget. Did I try him with Forge? I'm not sure. All right. Don't remember. Get this in here finally. Time to 19. Alright guys, like I'm in Eastern time here, so I'm thinking 11, like just before 11 is definitely my cutoff if I go that long tonight. Let's see something. Okay, the head. Okay, that is the shoulders. Yeah. One thing I can't wait to paint though are like dragons, crabs. Those I'll have fun painting with. And I think my son, he gets interested in painting, and I think he'll want some baby dragons. I mean, I'm not for sure, don't know for sure, but it seems to be what he's going for. And if I have my son in like a tournament, it's probably going to be ScapeCon. And when he gets old enough, it's still probably a year or two away for that. But he can use like a dragon build for practically anything. My goodness, there's just so many spots on this thing. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Dark spot in here. Hold on. Gotta bring this close to my chest again. But I think I'm covering on everything pretty good except there. So. Still the front though. The front is like giving me a hard time. Oh, right there too. Okay, hold on. All right, just paint it in here. I don't know why the ends of these aren't sticking around. Let's see here. What did I miss? I did it with Scavarith. I think you're asking me. I haven't got Scavarith yet. I just use a proxy because I can just print out the card information, and then just and that's what I've done for like Tanuki Tricksters and other ones that I don't currently have. I just use proxies to play them, and that works out. That works out fine. I'm not using them. I know slightly misleading when I'm showing them, like in the thumbnail of the stream, but you know that's what they are. You know, that's the units I'm using, whether they are there or not. Okay, well at least I'm using all this red. There's just so many spots. Especially when there's so much detail in these things. I do not know how like really good painters do it to where they get every detail everywhere. And seem to do it with such finesse, you know. Like I don't care if red covers part things or not. I just want to make sure that I don't see any of this primer. That's the goal here. And plus it gives time for the green to dry my bugs, and I'll get back to the bugs when I'm done with this. Or as close to done as I can be. Probably not going to finish it tonight though. I have all these like goals to be like, okay, I'm just gonna get all this done. It's like, no, it's gonna take you longer, Ryan, than you think. Let's see here. Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah, so yeah, same with you. Bedtime. Audron Dome Brush, our godsend, and painting the forge. And no, that was a list you had on stream. I knew it was okay. Yeah. No, yeah. I like that. I mean, I think that is really cool. It's a really cool unit and does well. Just I don't think as well as Malagix does. Let's see here. The color primer, the airbrush. Yeah. See, I don't have airbrushes because I'm just a simple country filmmaker who does not understand the airbrushes. I just use brushes. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. What I'll do is make these miniatures just come to life. Okay, red, it's very red, hallelujah, it's very red, and we're dead, This Hellforge gonna get us with flaming blue center, but it is so red as dead as you're gonna be. It's flaming red. Oh Lord, it's flaming red. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, but I can't wait to bring the Scavarith home and start painting that too, along with these guys in the same color scheme. So even if I don't play with Isonex much, at least you know, I'll have them painted. Because these were like things I could have given to Roguescaper, but I'm like, you know what? Some things I got to do on my own. And I figured, you know, Isonex are an interesting bit, and I felt like I can do them. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do these myself. They're my thing. Now, will I ever use them in animations? Probably not. Then I'll have Roguescaper do something. But as of like right now, ones that I use like in combat, because I'm pretty sure, even though I'm not using them for GenCon, I wouldn't surprise me if I use Isonex like sometime down the line. So that's why I paint. Alright, well, I think I've done about what I can do with this guy for the time being. And what I'll do is, let's see here, I'm just going to bring him over there, put him there, and let's see what I can just use the rest of the red for the Lich. Okay, come on, Lich. Caught up in the sticky tack. Caught up in the sticky tack. Okay. Now, here, wait a second. I'm gonna bring the paint guide up for the Lich. There it is. Okay. Yeah, this thing's got a lot of metal. Actually, it's a lot of metal. Actually, the whole thing could have been a metal on his back. Oh well. Oh yeah, I could have. Okay. Well, good to know for that. That's okay. I'd rather make it red anyway. Why not? Oh, Warpig, you're saying you're a commissioned painter as a side hustle. Well, that's good to know. Well, if you join Discord, I'm in Discord, so maybe, because I have a few people that I've commissioned things, and that's always cool to know people. Hold on a second, I'm just looking at something. So, I mean, I'm pretty broke right now, but whenever I get an opportunity, I might reach out to you just to see, let's see what you can do. And I gotta look at the photos, because if you sent photos on Discord, then yeah, I'd like to see them. So. Okay, let's see here. I'm not probably gonna get all this red here, but I'll try to do as much as I can here for this guy. Yeah, it doesn't show that. Okay, well, okay. I'm just gonna paint it all red. I'm just gonna paint it all red. Like, I know I've had like I've given a few commissions to people, like over the course, like Roguescaper, obviously, Dice Bear, Master Roshi, who does like alternate sculpts, which are like amazing. And I still need to get more stuff from him. I'm just, like I said, currently a Baroque. If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. Come on, stay on there. Still a ton of paint here, so I want to use this up. And then we'll get to bugs. Try to finish bugs, and I think after we get to bugs, then we call it right. Because I have to actually get up semi-early in the morning, got errands to run, a dentist to go to, so... Okay, there. I was like, okay, I got to see this. So, sorry for taking it away. You guys can see it in the small screen there, but trying just to get every crack and cranny I can. No, I think I'm going to keep the original color of whatever is the stuff that is like in the veins of these creatures. I think I'm going to keep that. I think it's blue. I think I'm going to still keep the blue. Maybe kind of make it glittery. I think I'm going to still keep to that. Okay, I'm sorry. I am just trying to mark what I can here. So I'm sorry I have to take that out of the camera, but I'm trying to get anything I can get. Not everything, but I will try. It's just tough when there's a bunch of cracks and crevices everywhere. Everywhere. If I need to touch up like some things gray, because I'm noticing like, okay, that can be gray, that can be gray. I will. But right now, just trying to give it the red treatment. The red treatment. It's funny how you think you paint over everything and then you realize, oh, no, I did not. Sorry again. I'm just gonna brush the tops of these things. It's cool. It'd be cool just to have these tops as red. That's fine. Same thing for the bottom. What's our time? 10:34. Okay. We're coming down the home stretch, guys. But what I'm gonna do is just finish up this red. Still got some left, so I'm gonna try and get what we need to get on this. I'm not gonna look pretty, but come on. Oops. Did I paint that red and I should have painted it gray? Probably so. No, everything else is gray, that's red. Oops. Yeah. Well, yeah. I know, I had one job. Okay. actually, that is red. So paint it. I have to do touch-ups on my gray stuff, but it's alright. It's Iron Lich's eyes. I can tell if Iron Lich's eyes like have a little dot of pink or not. But he's gonna have a red grin. Know that much. Okay, do I see any place else? Yeah, kind of back in there. Okay. Hold on. Just so many cracks and crevices on this guy. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We're almost out of red. Then we can do my favorite part, glitter. Gonna add the glitter to the bugs. Oh, anyway, War Pig. I don't know if you're still on, but if you're near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I think that's where you said. Are you familiar with a little town called Shalakta? I mean, Shalakta is like still a ways away from Pittsburgh, but. Nope. Okay, that's no worries. It's actually like I think like an hour or so away at least. Little town. It's like east of Pittsburgh. Right. But that's where my mom was born, and where my grandparents lived, and just actually had a kind of like a memorial / funeral service for my grandma earlier this year, because she lived to 92. She passed away at the start of this year, actually, but it's like winter time, so we weren't able to do any type of like memorial funeral until a few months back. So drove back there, me, my wife, family, my brother, my sister, and their kids, my kids, and other relations. You're in Monroeville area, okay. And so, but we went into like the Pittsburgh city area, so to actually do a couple meetups of like people that my wife knew, so like personally or professionally, whatever. So okay, you sir. My goodness. The base on Iron Lich is just terrible. It's a shame that like you can't replace the base, you know, otherwise it's not workable in Renegade thing. It's just silly. Silliness. Okay. So what's our time? All right, hour 22 minutes into this. Okay, so we've just got a few minutes to do this glitter thing, which shouldn't take too long. And then we're done. Big Heroscape scene in Pittsburgh, you're saying, or in Monroeville. Okay, interesting. Hold on a second. Let me see where Monroeville is real quick. Okay. Everybody hold your breath. Everybody hold your breath. Monroeville. Pennsylvania. Let's see here. Where'd you at? Okay, so that is... Oh. Okay. So, Monroeville, I mean, Shalakta isn't too far away from you. It's, I think it's still a little bit further east of you, but yeah, it's around there. It's like, yeah, probably a little further east. It's, like, I think near Contanning or something. You just don't know. That's fine. No, you're all right. You're all right. I'm not gonna fault you for not knowing something. My goodness. All right. Hair dryer and warp bases, you can fix them. A hair dryer? You know Katanning. Okay, it's near Katanning. You're near Katanning. Okay, yeah, it's near Katanning. Yeah, Shalakta is just tiny, tiny, small. Right. But you know, I've tried hot water on the base, and it seemed to kind of work, but not really working. But I might try a hairdryer because I do have hairdryer, and try it. I'll try that. All right. So here comes the glitter. Because if I'm going to take over the world, I want bugs with glitter on them. Throw me a bone, please. I want frickin' glitter on my bugs. Alright, let me take a look at this. Okay, so not really green, but that's okay. Sorry. Alright, I'm just gonna add some glitter on the fronts of these guys. Because I'm not doing it for show more so than I am just as identifiers that I'm like, okay, these are mine if I'm in a battle with an opponent. I just didn't want them to be just the premium paint job. I wanted to give them a little bit of identifier. Your bones. No, not a literal bone. Not a literal bone. We're speaking in figures, yes, yes. Hey, John Angelo, fellow lefty, yes. How's it going? We're just about to wrap up. We've done just a little bit of work on the Isonex, and then I wanted to give some identifying glitter for my bugs if I'm going to use them in the GenCon Championship, so I can tell them apart from other players, because I have a feeling Eldritch might be used a bit. So, and even if not, I still wanted to make them different than from the standard premium paint job that I have with these guys. So, and then I'm going to call it a night. And then this Sunday, hopefully I can skirmish again. with said bugs. Probably actually do bugs v bugs. I'm gonna have one like these bugs and like Halucia, and then a proxy Maladrix and bugs with Tanuki Tricksters, and kind of replay the scenario I did against Board Hero. They're looking really good. The Isonex, yeah, I'm trying to fill in the red. Just trying to fill in the red on them. And try and replay that game, because I want to make sure I can, like, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the Maladrix and Halucia build, just because I don't have any Tanuki Tricksters. But what I want to do is just play them and see the best way, if I can beat with Tanuki Tricksters, see the best way to go about doing that, which I think I already know the strategy, but just need to figure it out. I believe the rock, paper, scissors is bugs, queen, bears, and latch or lich. That's interesting. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 I think there's going to be different variations of said armies. Although I actually saw, like, because I see Tommy Adams post stuff sometimes on Instagram and Facebook and such. They were doing practice rounds, and there were other different armies. Excuse me, consisted of stuff which I'd love to test out, but unfortunately, I'm just out of time. I guess I'll just have to see what other people bring and learn from it. Probably take a lot of photos of other people's armies and be like, okay, let me see what you got. Ooh, okay, that's actually an idea of thought. How does that work? And go from there. Okay. I have a method to this madness. I gotta start just on one side here. So yes, the story behind these bugs then will be that they just stepped in a deep wellspring and came out all glittery. All glittery. I believe. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't. Okay, I'm sorry. Warpig, your online stuttering is confusing me. No, bless you. I believe reps is King 5. I don't know what that is. But I mean, I think my build of Halucia with Maladrix, I don't think that's the #1, but I just like it, you know, and I think it's good enough. And plus, I mean, Roguescaper is painting up my Halucia, and I kind of want to use it. I really like Halucia as that dry on it. I can use like Kita and Anshu, which were painted by Roguescaper too, which were actually used in the or no, they weren't used in the short, the Renegade short, but they were painted by Roguescaper, so I definitely want to use them. I believe. Wait, reps practice. What are reps? I'm sorry. It's like it's more important to know your list than to have the best list. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. I mean, and you can only. I mean, I want to work with what I have to work with. And if I'm not able to get the stuff, then you know that's on me. And I would have loved to have done something with crabs though, but that's just not a possible thing. So even if I could gather enough, they're just not a viable army. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So Warpig, what are you in the second round automatically, or do you have to do the first heat on that Thursday? And if you are doing the first heat, what heat did you sign up for? wait for an answer. Oh. Rid of me this Batman. Oh. You know, one series I started watching again, and I haven't watched in a while, is Batman the Animated Series. Love that series. Practically grew up in that series in the 90s. And it's been a while since I've watched it. Just fun to go through that. I like the film noir type style, and in my opinion, it's one of the best versions of Batman ever. Let's see here. We're big. Oh, I'm not going. I'm just helping my brother-in-law and his dad practice. Ah, okay. I can't go. Gotta watch the kids. I understand. Yeah. If you got kids, that's an understandable thing. I have my son's 7 and just turned 7, so he's starting to play Heroscape a bit, but he's still just on the wanting to crash them together, still, and just make up his own thing. He does play like the basic side of things sometimes, even showing his mom how to do it. So we do that every once in a while. I've had some fun games together, but just not quite ready for the advanced stuff yet. No, he might surprise me to where it's like in a year he'd be like, Dad, I'm ready to go. But we'll have to wait and see. He certainly loves what I do with the animations and stuff. He calls the Airborne Elite. Oh, your oldest is 7? My son calls the Airborne Elite by the names that I crafted for them for Tales of the Hella. So that's kind of fun. So he's engaged. It just depends on where it goes. Let's see if I get all the glitter for these guys. Still got some glitter left. My queen. Get the top part here. The thing is with this glitter is that it's kind of like chunky. So kind of reaches is he in Give Me All the Dragons face? Oh yeah. When he was a baby, he took that Marrow and was just that Marrow indestructible, because if 1 to 2-year-old can smash around and it not break, it's pretty tough. But yeah, no, he has, like, I have, like, for most of my dragons I got multiple copies, so yeah, he has the versions of them I have. That's why I think when it comes to like the Scions, I think my son's gonna really have fun with those. I can paint those. The first Renegade stuff he got was the ball of bugs, and he painted them and stuff. So because he told me, like, I was painting one day, and he's like, "Dad, I want to paint." So I'm like, "Okay, here's Renegade website. What minis do you want?" He picked out the Phalanx, and so he painted them, and now he's got them like in his room. So yeah, okay, your oldest is your daughter. Okay, cool. They seem to get it at the age of 9 or 10. Yeah, and that's probably be the case. We'll see. I mean, he's slowly getting it, so we'll see. Because I nearly eat, sleep, and breathe Heroscape in this household. Just part of my brand. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to force him to anything. Like he painted the Phalanx, and then he hasn't asked me to paint anything since. So I think he's spent right now for that. All right. I think we can call this a wrap. And she'll definitely be able to tell her apart from others, for sure. She's got enough glitter on her. Boom. All right. Hi. A few youngs in your locals. Yeah, well, when I went to GenCon, not this year, but last year, I faced up against, I think it was an 8-year-old. actually. 8-year-old boy, and he just had like a bonding orc, like an orc army, which was just fine. That was one of my wins, one of my very few wins. But I mean, as long as they can do it and they're cool with just learning. I mean, I have to coach my son on this. I'm like, you might not win the championship, kiddo, but and don't think of it as losing, your matches. Think of it as learning through it to get better and better, because that's what I do. I still lose way more than what I win. That's the only way you learn on how to play and how to be competitive. But yeah, so with that, gone like 30 minutes longer than I thought I was going to, but I'm glad that I was able to have a conversation with y'all. Jen and Jill, thank you for jumping in. Warpig, definitely lovely talking to you. And Skoback, thank you so much for hopping in earlier as well. Yeah, Warpig, about time for me to show off too. Well, fortunately, if you're not going to GenCon, it's a shame, but I understand the kids thing. So if you have a local scene, who knows, sometime down the line, maybe like 5 years, or like 3 to let's say up to 5 years down the line, I'm going to try and hit as many local scenes as I can across the country eventually. I'd love to do that. I'd love to just meet up with people and just go to those types of scenes, but I'll have to see where I'm at. Broke disabled guy here is not having much advantage to travel around too much, but we'll see. But yeah, with that, I guess I will wrap up for tonight. Well, we did a little bit of stuff. And hopefully, definitely not this month. Not gonna do any more painting, but maybe in August, September, something like that, we'll get back to these, and maybe by September, August, I'll be done with these and working on like Scabareth, and we'll see where that goes for that. But yes, do gotta shut down. Like I said, it's gonna be early to rise morning for me, so I will say what I always say for the Sunday. Hopefully do some skirmishes. Like I said, I already got the map set up, and do at least one. Queen versus Queen. We'll end that because I'm having fun with the Tanuki tricksters, and go from there. But until Sunday, thank you all for watching. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see all of you next time. Later now. Bye bye.